So in this video, I'm going to talk about hiring and why it could actually transform your business for forever, right? I'm going to share with you how you should hire, when you should hire, and why you should hire. Right, so welcome to Mighty Success Blueprint. My name is Nicholas Mighty. I'm a business coach and a life coach, right? And I major on achievement. How do you go from point A to B in your business? How do you achieve results, right? And I'm talking about stuff that is real. So you can't consider it as a heart to heart. I'm speaking to you from experience, right? Things that I've applied. And that's what is on this channel. That's what I talk about on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed, hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now and click the notifications bell so you don't miss any videos that I produce on a weekly basis. Right, so let's go into hiring. So let's talk about how you should hire. Right now, I have a simple way to hire. Maybe actually, I'm going to keep how you should hire for the end. But let's start with why should you hire in the first place. Right, so why should you hire? This is something that is really phenomenal. It's transformed my business for forever. I was a solo entrepreneur for such a long time, right? I was working alone and doing things in my own way. Now, I don't like following people. And I'm talking about in terms of, follow Google and do what Google says. As a matter of fact, I have had coaches, right? And I follow their practices and I do all those kind of things, but I like to innovate. That's my nature, right? So if you're one of those people, I'm just like you. I like to innovate and I like to create things, right? If I see somebody doing something, I think, oh, maybe I can do it better, maybe. And I start to get those ideas. So, working on my own for such a long time had its upsides as well as its challenges, right? I experienced some challenges, and of course, some were intense and some were, minimal, just the small things that happen to everyday people, right? So, but what happened was when I first hired, everything changed. My business changed. The way I did things changed. Almost everything changed. And this is the secret that I really, really, really want to discuss with you in this video. If you've been thinking about hiring, then this could transform your life for forever. One thing that I learned is when I hired my first employee, and I don't call them employees, I call them partners, right? I try to get them to own the business because that's the way I believe you can achieve and you can get people to work at maximum potential. I try to get them to think like the business owners, and I try to share with them as much as I can, selflessly, and I try to encourage them to start their own business. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous and contrary, but I'm telling you, this can change your life for forever. They will begin to see themselves as a part of you, and they will understand that you have genuine concerns. Now, don't be worried that they will leave and start their own businesses. In fact, when they start their own businesses, now you can partner with them to do to create something bigger. If they have people that will work for you, they will make sure that those people work excellently well. They will put you as first priority. You will benefit from, from such things that other people may not, because you're in a special place in their lives, right? So that's how I get people to really work, excellently. And most of the people that I work with are amazing people. They do really well, right? So I call them partners, right? And, one thing that happened when I hired for the first time, everything changed. My accountability levels went up as it was like so quick. The times when I couldn't be accountable to myself, this time things changed. There are times when I couldn't be accountable to myself. But when I hired people, I now somehow became, accountable to them as well. When we say we are going to do this, then we will do it by Monday because we said Monday, and I got that sense of responsibility, right? However much I had a sense of responsibility, but this time it took on another level. So that's very, very important to note. right? So that's something that can happen to your business as well when you get started. Remember that everything that happens to you actually happens to your business. So the small things, matter in your own life. If you're disciplined, it automatically goes into the things that you do every day, right? So one thing affects the other. Everything affects the other. So don't say, this doesn't matter, or, all those kind of things. Everything actually matters. So very, very important. So when I first hired, that's exactly what happened. My accountability levels went up, and I began to actually see business from a different point of view, right? A sense of responsibility almost, it came upon me, right? A huge sense of responsibility, because now I know I'm running a real business, and I can't even afford to really not produce the results. I've got to actually produce the results, because, hey, they won't get paid, right? So that's something that it really helped me with. But when I started, it was quite challenging to hire, actually, because I started business. Most of the things that I've started, we didn't borrow any monies. We actually, I put in the money, from my savings. I built my businesses. Most of my businesses are built from monies that have come from my own pockets, right? So that's something that was a challenge. Of course, it was a challenge when hiring for the first time, and you might be in the same shoes, right? But one thing I realized is, even when I first hired, I think the first person I hired them for a few days a week. It was just a few days, but that dramatically changed my business forever, up till today, right? So very, very, very important. Apart from getting extra hands, you will be able to actually grow your business in terms of accountability. And I'm talking about growth that's coming from you and now goes into your business, right? Because you become accountable, and of course your business benefits from that, right? So very, very important. So what I encourage everybody to do, anybody, whether you're starting out or you've been in business for a while, right? And you're working on your own, you're a solopreneur, right? Or whatever that means to you. What I mean is, you're an entrepreneur who is working on your own, right? So if you're in that bracket, one thing that will change your business and transform your business for forever is hiring, right? Get somebody to work with you, right? And I don't say work for you for a reason, right? Make sure you work with these guys, listen to their thoughts, allow them to contribute to your business, because that will help you to see things from a different point of view as well, right? Involve them in that decision-making process, right? Listen, you may not accept or take every decision, every suggestion that they give to you, but hey, you can actually pick up a few ideas that will actually transform your business for forever. So very, very important. And when I was creating this video, I remembered the days when somebody worked for me for the very first time, right? And of course, it was a challenge, because I had to train them to do everything, right? I had to train them. So it was a challenge, but hey, it's been a challenge that's actually benefited my business in the long haul. So very, very important. When you're getting started, my recommendation is hire, as soon as you can. Now, how about budget issues? Let's say you have budget issues, right? You're working on a budget, you're a shoestring budget, and you're thinking, well, how can I really, pull this off? I've got I'm on a budget, and, the resources and all those kind of things. You can hire them for 1 hour a month. Even 1 hour a month will make a difference, right? And you can pick up a friend, who is probably doing something else, and you tell them, look, you have this special skill that I think will benefit my business. How much can I pay you to help me do some work, right? And that 1 day a month that they sit with you to do some work might change your business for forever, right? So, hey, that's something that I am teaching, but nobody talks about this, right? So if you're looking to grow your business, sometimes growth is dependent on different things. Sometimes it will depend on yourself, right? If you're growing, your business will grow. And one of the ways to help yourself to see better is by working with other people, right? When you work with other people, you will begin to see things from a different point of view. But also if you've hired them, then you'll become responsible, right? Because you'll be accountable, you'll become more accountable, but also there is a sense of responsibility that almost takes over without you knowing, because now you will know that, hey, I've got to produce results. Otherwise, the monies that are going to pay these guys are not here, right? So very, 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 very important to remember. So now, how do you hire? Now, I have a special way to actually choose from candidates. I'm not going to go through the process of putting up the adverts and all those kind of things, but I'm talking about people have lined up and they want to take up the role, right? They want to do some work in your company. One thing that I realized is hire from your heart. When you go through the applications, instead of going through the whole bunch and reading all of them and all these kind of things, and of course, it depends on how tuned you are, right? But as a business owner, you've gotta be tuned, fine-tuned upstairs. Make sure you're fine-tuned. Make sure you do your spiritual practices. Make sure you do your meditation. All those kind of things that help you to remain in place, that help you to stay in one place, to kind of produce from yourself, right? To kind of bring up ideas from within, rather than bringing them up from reasoning, right? Those are two different things, and they are very, very, very important. So, hey, when hiring, let's say you're looking at a long list of guys that are lined up to take up work. One thing that I do is I base on intuition, right? When I look at the applications, I choose one, and that's usually the correct one. I choose one that actually first meets the criteria, right? Very, very, very important. And you will always know. Oh, I like this one. That's the one. So take them up, right? Take them up. So very, very important. The more time you spend going through all of the others and trying to, filter and all those kind of things, sometimes you get into trouble. But that's one basic way. I know it sounds risky, but I'll tell you can try it. I have used this many times, more than 5 times, when hiring for myself and when hiring for my clients. I have used it and it has never failed, right? Every time I pick up, that one application that has, that almost fills everything, that actually qualifies for everything, I don't go into, all of these stages and, interview and all those kind of things. I take up that one person and I, take them through the next level and the next level, and that's it. Job done. And my clients are grateful. I have forever been grateful. I have never regretted hiring this way, right? So very, very important. Hey, if you like this video and if you like the stuff that I have shared, probably it's different from what the masses are saying, but hey, that's why this channel is very different. I share with you stuff that has worked for me and could actually work for you, right? So because we are supposed to be students rather than followers. So it's very important that you listen to stuff and actually put it to work, right? And when you put it to work and get the results, you come back and thank me later, right? So it's very, very important that we don't just following the masses. Everybody's doing this, and you're a CEO and you sit down and look through applications the whole day. You don't need that, right? You never, 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 never need that. And I've had Richard Branson, I think he was speaking at some point, and he said the way he gets to know, he gets to know who should actually be a proper, a real business partner when he shakes their hand the first time. He gets that confirmation comes at that time. So that tells you something. We are spiritual beings and we can work from inside out rather than from outside in, rather than gathering all of these kind of things that they must meet in order to work with you and all those kind of things. Hey, you can work differently, and you can save yourselves a lot of hassle. Going professional is relative, right? You can be professional your own way that you have created that actually produces you the result. So, hey, hiring will transform your business because it will make you and help you to get better as a person, help you see things from a different point of view. And it's that one thing that actually transformed my business and my life for forever. And I will forever be grateful that, I have partners that I work with, and they produce great results, and, because of the things that I have shared, right? Yeah, they're very simple, sounds basic, but if you really want to grow your business, let's say you're a solopreneur or you're working on your own and, you're used to it, right? Try hiring. It will definitely help you to see things differently. It will transform your business. Drop me some comments if you love the content that I have shared. This is stuff that nobody talks about. You won't find nobody advising you to do what I have done on the internet. But hey, that's how I have succeeded. I have built businesses, and that's why I'm a major success, because of the stuff that I have shared. And you might as well, implement this, try hiring. If you're on a budget and you can't pay them, at least pay them for 1 hour a month, and that will change everything. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.